If you feel bread and eggs have to be boring, then watch this. Let me show you how to turn simple bread and eggs into something more satisfying, still budget-friendly and packed with vegetables. You will need carrots and green bell peppers. I started by washing and peeling the carrot, then I grated it. As I prepared this bread and egg recipe, I want to share something that stood out to me from Matthew chapter 19, verses 16 to 30. There is a space in every human heart that only God can fill. No amount of money, success, relationships, or achievements can take his place. Only Jesus can truly satisfy that deep longing within us. After that, I diced the green bell pepper into small pieces. Next, I placed the grated carrot in a pan on low heat with very little water to steam. Then I added the chopped bell pepper. I seasoned the vegetables with a bit of salt, ginger powder, garlic powder, and a small amount of seasoning powder. You do not need too much. I added a little bit more water and allowed everything to steam gently until it was slightly softened. In this passage, we read about the rich young ruler. He had wealth, influence, and even moral discipline. On the outside, he looked complete, yet he still came to Jesus asking what he lacked. That tells you something. Even with everything, he knew something was missing. Once the vegetables were ready, I set them aside. In a bowl, I broke 2 eggs and added just a little salt, since the vegetables were already seasoned. I whisked the eggs well, then mixed in the steamed vegetables, making sure everything was evenly combined. But when Jesus asked him to let go of the very thing that had taken God's place in his heart, he walked away sorrowful. Not because he did not want eternal life, but because he was not ready to surrender what he valued most. Now for the bread, I cut mine, but if you're using sliced bread, that works perfectly. I added some oil to my pan. When I noticed it was a bit too much, I reduced it. Then I poured in the egg and vegetable mixture and spread it evenly across the pan. I covered it briefly to help it cook through properly, because I prefer my eggs well fried. Once the bottom was set, I flipped it carefully and allowed the other side to also fry completely. When it was fully cooked, I placed it inside the bread. Then I returned the bread to the pan and toasted it lightly on both sides. That slight crisp makes all the difference. And that's it, your vegetable bread and egg breakfast is ready. Simple, filling, and definitely not boring. I enjoyed mine with a cup of hot chocolate. And if we're honest, it can be the same for us until Jesus becomes our greatest treasure. Everything else will still leave us wanting more. Church activities, ministry service, good deeds. None of this can replace a surrendered relationship with Christ. So as we go about ordinary moments, even something as simple as making breakfast, let us pause and ask ourselves, what truly sits on the throne of my heart? Only when it takes its rightful place will our heart find real rest. I hope you learned something from this. If you enjoyed this, please like, share, comment, and subscribe to the channel. We are growing in this community. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.